Welcome back to another video about Rescue Everyday Heroes US Edition. This is the third part of the gameplay impressions I've been doing, and this will most likely be the last one. I don't see any reason to take a further look on the campaign or show it to you more. I've been playing it plenty since the episode 2, and I'm pretty far in it, but it hasn't shown anything new that I feel you should know about. But I wanted to show the free play mode. It wasn't anything like how I imagined it would be. I kind of thought that it would be like the main game with the base and so, except that the missions would be in random order or something like that. But it's actually a very different deal. It's kind of like a challenge map, so let's take a look on that. So, this is the free-to-play map. Here, you don't have a base per se. You deploy vehicles from a station, but you don't have anything to manage or something. Missions will be popping up in random order and yes, with somehow random timings to some extent. And then you just need to complete them around the town. And well, alright, we have a medical emergency right away. Oh, and these have actually timers. I didn't know that when I previously did a video, but you can go to the gameplay options and show mission time limits. I haven't failed a single mission due to time limits since they have doubled them in comparison to the original game. So the mission time limits are very lenient, very easy. But in this free-to-play mode, I guess when the missions start stacking, you could... I said free-to-play again, didn't I? Free play mode. If you stack missions, if you're slow, then I think you'll be failing. But let's see. So we have a medical emergency in here. So there's just this one guy and nothing else. So down here on the bottom right corner, you can select units and you can also deploy them. So now we just need a simple ambulance, and 2 paramedics are enough for this mission, so let's take them. Alright, now I have selected these or added these. You don't have any money or anything, so you can just go nuts with stuff, but I like to keep it minimal. Let's only take what we need. Then you go to the dispatch, and here I actually failed the first time. I just dispatched empty cars, but you need to first select the car, and then you can fill the crew slots from available personnel, and then you dispatch.
Understood.
Alright, now the car is dispatched. It goes from the station there, comes out.
Yes.
And we'll just be heading there. One not a neat trick at all is pressing tabulator when you have a car selected, and it will make a noise straight from hell. I don't know if you can hear this because I have the sounds quite low, but yeah, don't press tabulator. And then we just need to complete the mission. Let's examine the victim.
Yes.
Actually, we'll probably need this one.
Understood.
And yeah, I can confirm that victims cannot die.
Affirmative.
The worst code that they'll get is purple, which basically
Understood.
is kind of dead. You can't heal him anymore, but you still need to transfer them to the hospital. I think in a campaign mode you probably take some monetary losses if anyone goes purple.
Affirmative. Yes.
No hurry. Yeah, take all the time you want. The ambulances are like the most buggy thing in the game.
Understood.
They're always driving through everything, and so,
yes.
but usually they work. I haven't had game-breaking ambulance bugs, but
understood.
May well want to micromanage their movement. And
understood.
Off we go to the hospital.
Transporting patient.
So now we have basically completed this mission. We just need to deliver them, but that's okay. Time compression here too. And by default, the ambulance will return to the place where it
Unit
left, but
available.
there's no need, so I'm gonna order it to return to base.
Affirmative.
And then we just need a new alarm. So by now, if you're wondering what's the point of all this, you're like me. I really don't know. You can mass score, mass gather, whatever, but since there barely is any, I guess there's only one victim, so the one ambulance will be enough again.
Understood.
But since there barely is any chance of failing a mission,
Yes.
I kind of don't see what's the point of the score. And since there isn't an overall time limit or anything, it's basically just a
Understood.
meter on how much you
Roger.
have bothered to play this. Ah, I did a classic error. I sent the
Yes.
ambulance out without a crew.
Understood.
But even so, it's even so close to the station that there's no risk of me actually failing this one.
Roger.
Simple mission.
Yes.
But yeah, basically
Roger.
you'll get all the score you want because there's no time limit. You can play as far as you want to.
Roger.
So that's the
Affirmative.
major complaint I have about this game, is the lack of challenge or
Roger.
any kind of motivators to play other than
Affirmative.
the fact that it's actually quite fun to manage all these little troopers.
Yes.
It's been enough for me for
Understood.
a few hours. I think I have played like 5 hours by now, and I think I'll still continue playing because I'm having enough fun, but I have a hard time thinking that I'll be going past 10 hours of gameplay
Yes.
because there just
Roger.
isn't enough
Yes.
kind of in-game motivators to keep playing.
Roger. Yes.
This Freeplay map is a nice
Roger.
addition though,
Yes.
since,
Understood.
well, it's kind of semi-random.
Transporting patient.
I don't think you'll play it like an hour's end, but there's some amount of fun to be had, and it extends the main campaign. And the main campaign is, well, kind of long too.
Roger.
It's not like it
Unit
would be
available.
40 hours long or
Yes.
anything like that, but
Understood.
there are a lot of missions, although most of them are completed in less than 5 minutes, but still, I feel that I've played a lot of this. It feels like I've been playing a lot longer than that 5 hours that I have actually played according to Steam. And it doesn't even mean that I'd be so bored that I thought I'd been playing a lot longer. It's not like that, but yeah. Somehow the game manages to feel longer than it is, I think. Maybe it's the fact that you kind of have to play a lot. There's a lot to click here. So many clicks per minute ratio. Clicks per minute ratio is pretty high, so maybe that makes it feel like you're been doing more than you actually have done. So there's a fire, and I think there's a fire post very near, maybe that one. So I think I'll be taking a hose carrier vehicle and a couple of firefighters. I think 2 will be enough for this one.
Affirmative. Yes.
But yeah, I don't think there's any limit to
Affirmative.
what you can deploy in this free play mode, so you can just go nuts with
Understood.
the stuff.
Understood.
Where is the fire post? Oh, that one, yellow.
Roger.
So get
Yes.
the equipment out,
Roger.
plug it in there.
Yes. Affirmative.
You can take that one. You can
Yes.
put that one there.
Setting up. Understood.
That one there. You can go pick the other
Yes.
one. You can start managing the fire.
Affirmative.
Put that in.
Yes. Affirmative.
I like that the troopers will auto attack the fires if they are in
Yes.
range after you clicked
Affirmative.
on one of them. So I like to place the trooper in a good
Roger.
position first and then click there. The game has a lot of clicking and it's not a click fest like Goddess or something like that, but still you'll want to kind of manage your clicks to be efficient, because otherwise there will be too much clicking. I haven't found any useful quick buttons. I don't know if the
Yes.
game
Roger.
has any, but some stuff would be useful, like maybe
Yes.
the
Affirmative.
exit personnel from a vehicle. That's a key you will be
Yes.
using a lot, so that, or a click, so that would be
Roger.
handy maybe.
Yes. Understood.
Major difference to the campaign mode
Yes.
here in this free play mode is that
Affirmative.
you'll actually need to clean up all your stuff, because otherwise they'll just be left here and not be usable to
Yes.
you, dispatchable.
Understood.
Since in the campaign, when you complete the objectives, the map ends and everything is automatically returned to base, but here you need to handle that, so that's kind of a different element to it. And let's compress some time. But basically, this is it. This is the free play mode, so there's no management of base and really no other reason to play except if you find the gameplay fun like I do. There's a lot of potential in this game. It's not a mundane sim like some of the other stuff I've been covering. Okay, in this thing we are gonna need an ambulance and a rescue vehicle and a firefighting unit. I like these terrain fire engines. They're nice. I'm gonna show you one of those. Maybe I just like Humvees. So we need the ambulance, dispatch. We're gonna take a light rescue vehicle, dispatch, and the terrain fire engine, dispatch. But yeah, as I was saying, the game has a lot of potential that I want to see explored more. They could do the same thing as Sega and Creative Assembly did with Rome, since from what I understand, there's no death in this game and no blood, as you can see, and nothing like that due to the age ratings. They wanted to keep that low, I guess. So they could do like Sega and Creative Assembly did and have the have all that hard stuff as a DLC. Now I'm not gonna say that DLC is a good thing or anything like that. You can have your own opinion about that, but still, if that's a way that by which you could get, you know, death, blood, and failure states to the game, I think that would be a pretty good deal. I mean, if there was a €2 DLC to this game that would add harder time limits, the risk of death, and then other stuff like that, then well, yeah, I'd buy it. Because at the moment, the main reason why, or the main problem with this game definitely is that it's so easy. So that should kind of be a priority or something if they want to keep on working this to make it more appealing to the core gamer.
Understood.
I mean, it is fun to play, but I keep wishing that
Yes.
there was more challenge to it. A simple way would be to have a, well,
Yes.
maybe some Steam achievements for
Roger.
completing the
Yes.
missions in certain
Roger.
time, or
Yes.
they could have an
Understood.
online leaderboard or something, so that there would be
Yes.
that time attack
Roger.
aspect to it
Yes.
or something.
Roger.
But as it stands, you'll
Yes.
eventually come to the point where you
Understood.
realize that there's just no reason to keep on playing, that I've done this stuff time and time again, and there's no way for me to get better at it,
Yes.
and then you just
Understood.
stop playing.
Yes. Affirmative.
But if there was the aspect of like
Transporting
trying to
patient.
get 10-second better time to get a Steam achievement or win some friend on leaderboards,
Yes.
then I think that would
Roger.
kind of
Yes.
give it a bit of an increased longevity. I don't know how that word is spelled. But right now,
Yes.
I think I've seen kind of what the game has to offer. I'm still
Arriving on the scene.
I'm still enjoying it to some extent, but I know that. Okay, where's he going? I know that I won't be playing this for many hours anymore. I'll likely finish the campaign, but I think I'm pretty far
Roger.
currently on it.
Understood.
But it's been
Yes.
enjoyable enough that if there is a
Understood.
smart DLC to this, I would probably
Yes.
buy it.
Understood. Yes.
Now you can see
Roger.
that I'm having a fire somewhere else,
Yes.
so I should start
Transporting patient.
doing some heavy multitasking or risk failing the mission entirely. So I guess that's kind of a
Yes.
challenge, but I still don't know how,
Understood.
if there's any
Yes.
way to kind of compete in a score, because
Understood.
there's nothing to compare it to.
Unit available.
Well, actually, I don't need to finish this mission. I'm gonna keep this video short because my upload
Yes.
speeds are so crappy. But
Affirmative.
the ambulances are always
Yes.
fun. You've seen
Affirmative.
everything you need to know about the free play mode here. This is
Yes.
what it is. You'll get these
Affirmative.
random missions popping up. The missions aren't procedural or anything. They're always the
Yes.
same, but they come in random order
Roger.
and somewhat random time intervals and
Understood.
so on. So this specific car crash here, I've seen this before because I've
Yes.
played the
Load and go.
challenge map before, so in that sense too, it's going to get old if you play a lot of it. I don't know about these fires. These kind of could be like completely procedural. It wouldn't be impossible to make, but these that include props and models like the crash cars here, they're always the same and in the same place. So yeah, that's the
Unit available.
free play mode of Rescue Everyday Heroes US edition, and I'm pretty sure that this concludes my impression series. I think I've shown enough of the game that you need to know to that you need to know whether you want to buy it or not. That's a rational sentence, coherent and all. But yeah, thanks for watching, and be sure to check back for other random sim impressions. That's mostly what I do, marginal simulators that there isn't a lot of coverage in English.